Welcome to the controls lab at University of Bridgeport, and we have two machines to demonstrate our controls experiments to you today. The first one is the PCS from Festo, and this machine is used to control four quantities. You can control the water level, you can control the pressure in this tank, you can control the water temperature, and you can also control the flow speed. Now to control these four quantities, we have different actuators. We have the pump, we have the heating element, we have air compressor here, which compresses the air in the tank, and we also have several sensors. We have an ultrasonic sensor here, which measures the water level here. We have a flow sensor here. We have a temperature sensor here, which measures the temperature. We also have several valves. We have a process control valve, which is operated using the pressure. And we have a proportional valve, which is controlled by the voltage. Now, this the different controls you have can be done in several different ways. One is using the computer, and one is using the PLC, which is programmed using the Festo PLC. There's a touch screen here, and we'll take a look at that later. But first, let me introduce you to Manan Joshi.
The first thing I'm going to show is how to operate this pump. This pump is going to pump the water from the lower tank to the upper tank. This is the path of the water flow. And okay, the first thing I'm going to do is turn the pump on, and after setting up the path, I'm going to turn the pump on. I start you can see this. There are two graphs over there. The first one, the red graph, shows the water level in this tank over here. The red graph, and the green graph shows the flow rate in this system generated by this pump over here. If you see over here, the flow rate is constant around 4.5 liters per minute, and the water level is increasing. Now it's going to be constant because there's no more water in this tank above this level, so there's no water to pump. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to let the water release from this path over here. For this, I'll turn the ball valve on. See, after you turn the ball valve on, this is decreasing. The water level is coming down because water is released through this path over here.
So far we saw the computer control of the water level and the flow level. Now we're going to use the PLC, and if you pay attention, this is the Festo PLC here, this part here, and you upload the program here to automate the system. And here you have the touch screen, and the software will allow you to use a set point. So we have set up the set point to about 129 millimeters, and we're going to try to keep the water level at 129 millimeters. So if we start the system, you notice that the water has started flowing here. You can see the water level rising, and as it reaches about 129 millimeters, it'll stop. As soon as it goes above 129 millimeters, the process control valve will actuate and will release some of the water here. So we'll see that in a minute. So now the water is pretty close to 129 millimeters, and in a few minutes the actuator is going to turn on. See the actuator turn on. The water is now released. Now this can be seen on the screen. If you look at the screen, the black line shows the set point, which is 129 millimeters. The green line shows the flow rate, and the blue line shows the actual level. So now the actual level has pretty much reached the set point. So to maintain the set point, both the pump works and the process valve work together to maintain the set point at 129 millimeters. So that is in brief a PLC control. Now we're going to take a look at our second experiment, which is the mixing station. Here we have three different fluids three different tanks, and we're going to mix them into this final central cylinder. Now we can make different recipes, we can add different proportions of these fluids, and the recipe is made using the PLC again. The PLC we are using now is a Siemens PLC, as you can see down here, and it is programmed and it is controlled using the touchscreen here. So this program has three different recipes, A, B, and C. Let's see, recipe B uses 75% of this fluid, 15% of this one, and 10% of this one. And now using the actuators, the process control valves, we're going to start the process. And now this one is open. It'll allow a certain amount of this fluid to go in. And then once 75% of this has gone in, this one will turn on in a few minutes. And now this one turns on, and this will let in 15%, and then the third one will turn on, and that lets in 10%. There you go, and our recipe is complete now.